What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Carter here, back for another Overwatch Top 5. I was looking around for some Top 5 videos about ultimates to get some inspiration from, since my brain hardly works at 10 in the morning when I write this, but as I was finding some, I found that they're from eons ago. Ultimates that were relevant back then aren't very relevant in the current meta. Now, ultimates range widely from supporting to damaging, so we have to take a look at the best ones right now. Of course, these are all just my personal opinion, so you don't have to start maining all these heroes instantly. These are just ones that I find particular use in. Before I start the top 5, I'd like to give out a number 6 spot, as a little honorable mention. Zenyatta's Transcendence is very useful when used correctly. Healing 300 health per second, it's useful for keeping the team alive during enemy ultimates, especially in a Grav Surge. Some of the problems are the timing versus location. Of course you'll want to use the ult when your team is nearby, but if you keep it too long you risk dying too soon and your team could get destroyed without it. Now that Ana is out of play a little bit in favor of Zenyatta, his ult is more common and people are picking up ways of getting rid of the Zen before throwing ults. Also, Zenyatta ult can be countered really easily with a well-placed Ana grenade, which is why it didn't make the top 5. With that out of the way, let's get into the top 5 ultimates in Overwatch Season 5. At the number 5 spot is Soldier's Sights. Now this is in close competition for the number 4 spot because it's a very good ultimate, but the only problem is how easy it is to block with barriers, bubbles, and defense matrix. All you need to do is hear the voice line and put up matrix or putting down a bubble. It's just a really easy thing to do. Although, if you make sure all the direct counters are gone, it's a fantastic ultimate that can potentially take down a whole team when paired with a nano boost. It can turn the tide of a fight when popped in the middle of battle, or it can be used to clean up low health enemies. Obviously, it is one of the easiest ultimates to get good value out of on this list. The ult is literally aimbot, so you just point in the general direction and shoot, not to mention you still have access to your abilities during the ult. You're almost guaranteed kills with this ult if you know when to pop it. Next at the number 4 spot is Genji's Dragon Blade. The reason this beat out Soldier Sights is the fact that it is a melee attack and cannot be blocked by anything. Well, I mean, it can be blocked by Zarya bubbles, I suppose. But anyways, anyone and everyone except Zarya will take damage from this ult when it is used properly and with other powerful ultimates such as Graviton Surge or Blizzard. The reason this ultimate isn't higher on the list is because of the difficulty most players have in making it effective. The skill ceiling for this ult is very high, meaning you will get better at it the more you use it. A quick tip if you're getting killed too often when initiating the ult, try swift striking upwards and unsheathing the blade. As you fall, you can pick your targets and start getting a good value out of it. As previously mentioned, the ult is very good with the other ults such as Grav and Blizzard, but a seasoned Genji player like Seagull can do extremely well even without them. As someone who has a shameful number of hours of Genji, but doesn't really play him religiously, it's quite the feeling when you slash down enemy supports just right. Next on this list at the number 3 spot is Mercy's Resurrect. The thing about Resurrect is the insane capability it has for winning team fights. If the enemy team ult stacked incredibly well and wiped, Rez can come in and reset the fight. Oftentimes when an enemy team uses all their ults, Rez can bring back the key teammates who still have their ults. It's basically a direct counter to every ultimate in the game, right? If done correctly, you can put the ultimate economy in your favor for the rest of the fight. The other thing is how stupidly fast it charges. Res can be gotten every minute if you play Mercy to her absolute effectiveness. Even after tough team fights, her healing can probably get half the res just from that. Also, there's no emotional roller coaster like getting steamrolled but rezzing back and wiping the enemy team, and then they res and you keep fighting until the same thing happens again and you lose the second point of Volskaya. You know, just hypothetically speaking, it's not that could actually happen. Moving on to the second last ultimate, which is the newly improved Death Blossom. We all know the devastation of Reaper's ultimate when timed properly. Before his buff, I would put this one as one of the worst ultimates actually because of how easily he could die during it. Now though, his ult is incredibly powerful. With his buff, he can heal a max of 204 health per second in his ult for a max of 612 or so health if the enemy team somehow lived through it all, which is absolutely mental. Reaper's ult is broken on 2 CP maps because of the central fighting on the point. The sheer damage it can output is insane when placed correctly. Just to be sure to take out the D.Va first. You probably guessed it, at the number 1 spot we have Zarya's ultimate, Graviton Surge. There's nothing quite like bringing the enemy team in to wipe them and never getting play of the game. The thing about this ultimate isn't its solo capability, but how well it plays with other ults. It can be paired with, well, hold on. I have a list here. Rocket Barrage, Dragon Blade, Pulse Bomb, Dragon Strike, Death Blossom, Earth Shatter, Blizzard, Self-Destruct, Configuration Tank, and EMP. Those are just the ults that work well with it, not to mention that a charged Zarya can deal massive damage with her secondary fire during her ult too. Because of the amazing potential for team wipes, Zarya's ultimate is in the number 1 spot on this list. That's it for today's top 5, tell me what your top 5 ultimates are down below. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, don't forget to hit the like button just below the video. I'm uploading every day this summer, so don't forget to subscribe to see tomorrow's video too. You can find me on Twitch streaming comps sometimes, and I'll put up a video when I do. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you don't miss the streams. What's going on, Overwatchers? I'm back to remind you about the end of summer giveaway. If we make it to 1,000 subs by mid-September, I'll show my appreciation by entering all of my subscribers in a giveaway for a free game of their choice. Try to change your settings so I can see when you're subscribed to the channel, and when you do sub, tell me in the comments down below. This is Carter signing off, and I'll see you all next time.